Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a new episode of It's a Progressive World, a lighthearted podcast about everything and nothing. As always, you can find timestamps down below, and please like and subscribe. All right, we're trying out a new slash the world's most basic setup ever. So as Sam begins to go over, okay, we should be here. So Sam, go over some of the topics that we have picked for today.
So today we're gonna kind of in a surprising perhaps turn for it's a progressive word. We're gonna look at the conservative word a little. We're gonna look at recent books released by conservative. We're gonna look at something that is somewhat old, Charlie Kirk on uh, Patrick Bet-David's podcast, and then but it's just so hilarious. We have to take a look at that video. And then we're going to go to the more recent events with conservatives in Iowa. And then we're going to turn back towards the Democrats and all that. And end basically on the progressives probably this week. Probably shorter than, usual. But we also have a little bit of geopolitics. Nothing, major, so to speak. There was a little. I mean, one of them was somewhat major, I suppose. I just remembered there was a terrorist attack. So that's major, right? So anyways, it's gonna be a good one, I think. A lot of funny ones, but hopefully a short one.
Yeah, I mean, there are two pretty insanely ridiculous videos off the top of my head. One is this Adam Kirk one PBD is surreal. I mean, the Charlie Kirk and PBD, the things that they talk about is absolutely surreal. Then the other one is the UFO one, which I mean is even more ridiculous. I mean, I don't know if the Hill are on purpose just looking now for the most ridiculous stuff in order to make fun of it. So they like act or what, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that.
Oh, sorry, yeah, UFO and Elon Musk versus Mark Zuckerberg. I forgot there are updates.
Sam,
it's too old.
That's over.
But yeah, UFO.
No, Elon Musk might have talked about it today, but it's still over.
Yeah.
He's living. He's like over. 2 weeks delayed from reality. He'll get here.
No, he's a different reality.
He's still late July. He's still he hasn't made it yet to mid-August. But okay, Sam, I say we jump right into this video, and perhaps it will help if I ask a question. So this is a video that was posted on both Derek Varn, who we interviewed, super amazing interview, if you ask me, recently, and also post on the Revolution. Sorry, yeah, this is Revolution. This is Revolution channel, but we're on Varn's right now, and basically, based on my understanding, is that the video is called Tyranny, featuring Sohrab Ahmari. So I've only got to know this video and this book. Ahmari, this book and this topic and the author through this video. Tyranny Inc. So that's what his book is called, and I believe he's also the chief editor of Compact Magazine, right?
Yes. Founder and
and basically he's a right wing, if I'm not mistaken, or at least he presents himself as conservative, Republican, or that's what he is. However, he's written a book right now that kind of, based on my understanding, makes a lot of the typical points that the left makes. And so has that been a fair description so far? And yeah, it was a fair description of his book that is pretty much, I guess he's calls himself Republican conservative, but he, based on my understanding from this video, he makes a lot of points that are kind of things that, like, the Bernie Sanders would say pretty much. Or am I being too much here?
No, I
You're very quiet. I appreciate you. Sorry, I appreciate you really respecting my intro and time here. I even stopped a few times, went back. I appreciate it. I'll try to do the same thing for you right now. Go.
Okay, thank you. No, but yeah, I'm trying to change. But he's it's I think you gave a very fair analysis, and I mean, I think sometimes you're like the perfect sort of friend. I was about to say a specimen, but that's not how you describe your friend. Like to have around, because you're just because you're sort of in and out sort of, so you're not fully like brainwashed like I am. So I mean, you have almost like a very sort of a real reaction, because I completely agree with you. And that's why I'm always telling you, I think you can, like from our other shows, that these people, a lot of these people, not that I'm a leftist or I'm a Marxist, I'm not, I'm not, but the people who claim to be Marxists and leftists are national socialists, nationalists in many ways, and he's a nationalist. So he's just like a slightly more honest version of
Mm.
most of the people who claim to be leftists. And you know, there is a, I mean, if you look at European conservatism, I think he mentions that. I mean, within European conservatism, the idea of like a state funding, a state support for workers, for institutions is not very odd. I mean, even in America, it didn't used to be odd. As again, he mentions, Thatcher was on the fringes of conservative
Mm.
party, So was Reagan. I mean, so was Goldwater, basically. But, you know, fringes come to dominate the center, like over time. So, I mean, I think that observation you just made sort of goes to prove my theory, basically. I don't know, am I making a fair point, or am I just being,
So
as always,
is your
petty and
theory
bitter?
no, is your theory that
Most
a
Marxist
lot
and
of people who
leftist.
call themselves Marxists, a lot of people call themselves leftist, um, and even a lot of people call themselves, I guess, Republican or conservative in this case. They're all kind of they're all kind of quote unquote national, I guess not quote unquote nationalists, and they just have different labels, but they all want things that are quite close to one another. Now, perhaps Sohrab, I guess he'd say that I guess what makes them more what differentiates Republican, I guess, from the other ones is that Democrat, let's say, is that believe more maybe in marriage and like divorce. But then again, I don't think
No,
all Democrats are necessarily like all about pro-choice
no,
or
no,
necessary that
no,
and
no,
that
no.
or not religious. So yeah, I guess did I
He would
understand what you were
say,
saying at first before I made the second comment about the Democrats and the Republicans? So was
no,
your
no, I
point
think
that all
you're,
these
yeah, yeah.
people are national,
Yes,
all these
yes. My
people
point
who
was
claims we are
exactly.
like, have nationalist views? Yeah.
Oh yeah, national, or maybe some of them, the more sophisticated one might be statists,
Mm,
but I doubt it. But no, I think he's, to be honest, sorry, but on your second part, he would say the difference between him and the Marxists is that he believes in sort of a class compromise. He mentioned it a couple of
yeah.
times, but they believe in sort of a class overthrow, class conflict. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's what.
Mm,
But I would say it's just they just want better HR at their
yeah.
imperial center. That's the only, like, he's a slightly more realistic, but again, it's slightly more,
Yeah.
because you mentioned our interview with Derek Varn, but we also interviewed uh Christian Parenti, again, doctor. I guess doctor. When you're a professor, you're a doctor, right?
I mean, you're beyond the doctor when you're professor.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So beyond Doctor Christian
No,
Parenti.
it just
If, yeah, as he put it, I think very concisely and precisely. It's just, this is all profit. And by the way, Derek Warren in his channel addresses that himself. But this is all, like, again, I don't see any solutions here. I mean, oh, like, okay. I mean, he agrees that, okay, after, for a while, being, supporting, like, recently, people like Trump, Viktor Orban, culture war, sort of more that in hope of sort of pushing, new agenda. And now I see that, no, maybe we should focus just purely on more economical issues, workers' issues, that type of thing. But again, like, how and exactly what
and
is the?
how and
I'm
the how I
interested
guess
to
he
know,
was
what is
offering
the solution?
wasn't necessarily private, right? It was more like, I guess
Say,
the solution that he was offering is, keeping more of like the workers' rights and welfare and, increase that. So he's kind of, I guess, offering his solutions to make life better are kind of quote unquote leftist positions, right? Because more control on
Yes,
corporations,
right now
more
only
power to
like
unions. I
like
think, right, based on an hour-long conversation. So yeah, I
yes,
don't know
yes.
if I would miss, yeah, the nationalist thing and all that. Just that word throws me off. So I just want to go back to my own kind of original, um, yeah, comparison and stuff. But yeah,
No, go ahead. No. I mean, yeah, I think you're right. His positions are like what, like Bernie is pretty much identical
yeah,
to Bernie Sanders, you would argue. In many, maybe, yeah, again, yeah, on culture issues, that's a different thing.
yeah,
But yeah, but again, like, I don't see any, like, again, what is like, again, I mean, at the end of the day, man, they're all Democrats, as in they all believe in democracy. And when you believe in democracy, you have to go with that whatever national whatever republic or whatever thing
yeah.
there is. You have to go with the. So at the end of the line, they don't have any solutions. At the end of the line, it's like, okay, we focused on culture for a while, we didn't get any answers. Now we're gonna focus on economics for a while, and you're not gonna get any answers still, because who's gonna pressurize who exactly? How?
I
That's
see.
my contention. I don't know. Am I? I don't know. Am I?
No, 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 no. I mean, no, I was just like kind of making the switch, so I did get a split second distracted the last
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
the last 10 seconds.
Again.
I'm sorry, but yeah, overall I think so. But yeah, I just made this very smooth transition.
Yes,
And you have a very
it was
nice
very smooth
camera on,
until you
by the
brought
way.
it up.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
And
you.
you have a
Oh,
nice new
it's
camera, like the quality. Oh
striking.
wow, look at that auto zoom. I'm gonna get one of
This is
those
good
as well.
distraction
Yeah.
from the
But okay,
but,
anything from what
but
they were talking about did you find particularly interesting? I mean, he says that in his book he has this new reporting and he does on okay, on companies, pension fund companies using pension money or in ways I forgot. And anything particular caught your attention from this video, from this interview?
well, I
And should
mean,
I go back
he's
to it now? I don't know, or should I stay? I'm kind of confused.
no. I think this, but we might go back to his pictures. Did you what? I was gonna ask you about this. Did his, because as people, I mean, we haven't addressed the elephant in the room. We are Iranians. He's
Oh,
a
I
Iranian
didn't even
background.
think of that.
Did
Right
come
now, I
on.
had forgotten about that. I swear, not obsessed with it. Like,
Motherfucker. On our show selling me out like,
go ahead.
but no, did that interest you at all?
What?
His conversion to Catholicism? Catholicism, sorry. Did that interest you?
Um, Interest me? I don't know. Did it impress me? That I could maybe more surely say that no. But yeah, so both no.
Impress?
Yeah.
Why would it impress you?
I know. I mean, that's
Well
the
done.
statement and comment I can make right now. Okay, take it or leave it.
Oh, okay, all right. Jesus Christ. Don't have today, you're really okay. I don't mess with it. No, it's just no, not it's hilarious.
Well, yeah,
Just
what are your
I'm
thoughts on him
super.
being Iranian? And
No, it's just
sometimes I
if
know
you're
you
gonna,
ask me a question for it
no,
to
I'm gonna
come back
ask
to.
you to cut
So
this
what
out.
is no? What
No
is your what is your take on
comment,
all
Dad.
this?
No comment. Oh, so no, so sorry, I froze because, as you know, I there are cats that I feed,
This-
and I think they just one of them murdered another one.
oh shit,
Sorry.
yeah.
Mm.
But okay, not having the
But
screen
sorry.
here is kind of throwing me off in a way. So let me come
No,
back
no,
to it also.
no, don't go back. I was so happy with looking at my own face. No, it's just I was surprised he hadn't come back to. I mean, he might as well just become Shia again. I don't understand
I don't know, but
why
he
did
doesn't get into that, right, in this video.
Warren, no, Warren, no. On the sublation media, he said when they go on the in the champagne room, or is that term just for these channel? I don't know. Anyway, for the hour
Yeah.
that is behind the
Oh,
paywall, then
okay,
they're
yeah.
gonna discuss it there.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Gotcha,
And
gotcha.
then, yeah. I would be interested to interview him. And since he discussed it, I think it's fair game to ask about it, I guess. In the Sublation Media interview that I haven't seen. Why are you shaking your head like
No,
that?
no, that
What
was
is this
no, that
today?
was a good one. No, no, I
Hey,
was
push
no, I
me.
was agreeing with you. I swear. No, I was like, yeah.
Okay, all right, okay, all right. This show is hurting our friendship now. Yeah,
Maybe we
it's
can, yeah. But yeah, do you have anything else about this video that particularly caught your attention? Varn did. I mean, not yeah. I mean, Varn and Djene and Bajalan both didn't get to talk much. Varn kind of only came in second half, asked some questions. But yeah, anything else caught your attention?
no, but really, I think interesting sort of. I mean, I mean, from the angle I was talking about the fact that I think most leftists are he's the more honest version at this point of them. So that's I don't know. That was
Okay.
my point. That's yeah. I feel attacked. I
No,
feel stereotyped,
yeah. Let's move
psychoanalyzed.
on to another Iranian, and I'll bring it up. Let's move on to another Iranian. Maybe we can, Oh, and
Oh,
we land on theology between these two. But yes, sorry, go ahead.
no, sorry, for a second I forgot PBD is Iranian. See, I forgot
Oh,
he's
wow,
Iranian.
okay.
I was
For
like,
split.
Charlie Kirk is not Iranian. Who is he talking about?
Oh,
Yeah,
well, Charlie
no,
Kirk, of course, is not. Ask him about differences
I
between
don't know, man.
Iranians and
Wait,
Americans.
whoa,
Iranians have an
come here,
Iranian
please.
passport. Um, yeah, let's explain the video and get into it. Sorry.
No. I mean, we'll in this video. I'm just gonna read the title. Quote: "Game over. What Muslim and Christians have in common." I mean, Camille, the way Charlie Kirk was talking about Muslim community and Islam, I felt I mean, only in my religious class in a school I've heard like this level of like exceptional analysis. And you're saying, I mean, I could have been fooled. I could have been fooled. He's one of those, Azeri Iranians. He looks like a, white boy. So,
Man, this was
no,
perplexing, like how
how
stupid a
stupid these two are.
conversation can be. Like, I mean, I mean, you can't try and act and sound this dumb. I mean, if I ask you to try, I'd be like, okay, not bad. You
Look,
said, but yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
I
it's
mean, look,
surreal.
again, I don't like
Do you think it's worth listening to
I
the
don't know.
intro? I think it's funny
Yeah,
from the
I think it's
get-go.
worth listening to all of it, to be honest. No, I have a
But this, yeah,
no,
there's a 2 minute
seriously.
intro here. Let me know in case you think we should play a bit.
We'll
But go
watch
ahead.
all of it, I think. But yeah, let's play the intro as well. But I just want to the conundrum I face is that Charlie Kirk definitely came across as much dumber. Just the sentencing, the vocabulary used, just
Yeah, if
the
I had to
just
give it,
sequence of saying.
but I mean, but
It was almost like I felt like is this man? Is he allowed to sort of drive and stuff? You had that, but PBD, he's lived in a Muslim majority country 12 years, 12 first years of his life. And he's talking about Muslims as if I don't know
no,
who's
listen,
stupid
that's the
at this
thing.
point.
That's
Like,
the thing. I
yeah,
think what's his name? Kirk. He was just like nonstop saying just stupid stuff, just like stupid, stupid, stupid. But PBD though, he would say like really like I don't know, like it was like as if he was
dumbass, yeah.
throwing a bomb of stupidity. So he'd like catch up with him with just like one analogy, like one example. Whereas Charlie Kirk had to do a lot of hard work. It was like bit just every word is stupid, just stupid, stupid. But he would just I don't know, you'd like, get an analogy or
I
you're right or
I mean there
something, and
is
you're like,
very
shit,
much
it's a tie again. I don't know. It's a coin toss. It's a coin toss.
exactly. No, exactly. Because I mean, in the very beginning, just PBD drops a bombshell.
Well, let's
I think
watch.
you know what I'm talking about.
I
But
mean,
yeah, let's watch the beginning. Let's watch. I mean, it's early. I don't know if it's
yeah, yeah.
exactly in the intro,
But
but it's early on where
think
he's talking about the commonalities among the faiths. And yeah, we have to. Let's watch it
I
and
think
then,
you get a good
because
feeling
otherwise we are
from, yeah.
spoiling it. Yeah.
liberal? Do you know what percentage
Probably
of Muslims
80%.
vote? 70+% vote liberal. But by the way, here's the data for you. Very interesting. This is something for you to be considering within Turning Point
Very
USA
interesting.
to think about. Check this out. Midterms. Do you know from 2018 midterms to 2022 midterms? Watch this. 2018 midterms to 2022 midterms, specifically Muslims.
Okay.
2018 midterms, only 17% voted Republican. Let me say it again. 2018 midterms, only 17% voted Republican. Do you know what it was in 2022? 28%.
Oh, wow.
Guys, that's 11% in 4 years. Here's what is happening.
That's profound.
That's profound. Here's what's happening. By the way, we'll send you that data. Here's what's happening, which is exciting. This is what I love that's happening that's exciting, which is kind of awkward. It's very awkward, very weird, but it's exciting. Okay. What would happen to liberals? You ready for this one? By the way, we know why Muslims don't vote conservative, because conservatives are pro-Israel. So that's kind of like something that stand with them. So they kind of like, but in every issue, abortion,
were his best
Muslims have the lowest percentage of divorces, lowest percentage of divorces. How they feel about abortion, how they feel about LGBTQ, all of that stuff. Muslims have a conservative belief, but Democrats have won over the Muslim vote as well as the black vote because of, you know, certain positions, right? What if conservatives are able to win black liberals, and what if conservatives are able to win Muslims, and what if Muslims and Christians come together and say, look, let's set aside Prophet Muhammad and Jesus. We know what you believe in, we know what we believe in, but listen, when it comes onto these issues with family, let's unite. Do you know how scary it would be if a Republican strategist behind closed doors brought the 10 biggest influencers and said, we have to make a better argument to Muslims, because Republicans have always been what? No, stiff arm to Muslims. No, stiff arm to Muslims. There's a lot of Muslims that are waiting to convert to Republican. Republicans are not doing a good job winning them over. The argument makes sense for Muslims to be Republican, but Republicans are doing a terrible job winning their vote. So all I'm saying to you is, when we're talking about, you know, this is,
I mean, the generalization, we can continue, but I mean, because he says so many stupid things, I didn't know what to fixate on. I mean, his first 20 seconds with stat that he just threw that way, and that was like the most, you know, interesting / large common sense, like 20-30 seconds. But then, of course, that's all the window and hypothetical. And then, but here now, the generalization of like Muslim, like that,
come here,
was surreal. How stupid that sounds.
Look, Camille, we know Muslims vote liberal, but you know Muslims also hate fucking gay people, and we hate gay people. So if we get together with Muslims and we hate gay people together, that's unbelievable. That's profound.
That's profound,
Charlie. That's profound. That's profound. And let's put aside Prophet Muhammad and Jesus. I never in my life I thought I'd be hearing that. Let's just put aside Prophet Muhammad and Jesus. I love by the fact that Prophet Muhammad gets the job title, but Jesus is, everybody's on the first name basis. Jesus is down to earth. Jesus is like Jesus. Don't even Christ, not Jesus, Jesus. Not Mr. Christ, not you know, anything like that. But Muhammad is prophet, man.
Dr. Christ, no. Okay.
Did he? No, he did not complete his PhD. He dropped out to become a hippie and fight establishments. You know? Yeah.
True.
But yeah, it was just so amazing. Let's put aside who's going to be the savior of mankind, all right? Let's put that aside. If we can put aside the savior of the mankind and who has the holy blood thing, if we just put that difference aside, then maybe we can come together on killing gay people. That would be interesting. That's something we can work on. Eliminating gays. I mean, he's making a lot of sense, I have to say.
Let's listen a bit more.
It's going to get worse. This is going to get worse. I think you have to present your argument better to convert. And if we do, I think common sense is going to eventually prevail.
Yeah, and I'm obviously not a Muslim, but I will say this. I would much rather work with a Muslim parent association than an LGBTQ organization on the right. And the opposite is actually happening. People on the right are trying to go out of their way to go try to make peace with the gay mafia. And I think the opposite. It's like, well, no, go to people that actually share some of your values, theological differences aside, you saw in Dearborn, Michigan, the
Muhammad
parents that were
Prophet
rising
Muhammad
up against the grooming sexual perversion of children were Muslim families. And you see this with Latinos. You see this, again, with blacks and Muslims. So here's what you're getting at, Patrick, which is
that's everyone in the U.S. So he's saying everyone in the U.S.
No, not whites.
But no, they're already on the right side.
No. Whites are making friends with the gay mafia.
Yeah, but he says that you can convert the blacks, the Latinos, and the Muslims. So plus the whites, that's like 90% of Americans. Because Patrick started by saying that we have things in common with the Muslims, but he very quickly added blacks, which I imagine he meant African Americans, and he just expanded it to Latinos. I mean, just the Asians left. And then so everyone has something in common, which is everybody has things in common. Like
everybody hates gay people. There are people there are people in every Latinos, Muslim. There is hateful people among all of them. You can find hateful people among Amish. There are hateful. Scientologists have hateful people. Every Californian people. Like, you wouldn't think it. You would think the sunny weather would just make the disposition kind. But no, there are hateful. They are just making a very obvious point that there are hateful people in your own family.
Very deep, and I agree completely, which is that this woke virus, as we call it, right? These woke idea pathogens, they are only popular in white, upper middle class, college educated coastal communities. And yet they are being almost colonistically imposed on the rest of the country. So Midwestern Christians don't want the woke thing. But what there is a thermonuclear political weapon that's about to be deployed where you can exploit how...
No, if I only hear about the thermonuclear.
Yeah, it's amazing. But I mean, this is what do you see what happened? This is like the Protestantism basically in American politics is evolving closer and closer to sort of like there is so much sort of a superiority complex mixed with the inferiority complex there. Like the white Christians who's supposed to be the ruling elites have now themselves are making friends with gay mafia. Oh my God! I have to go get the Muslims to kick. This situation has become so bad. I have to go align myself with Muslims, and I'm like, why are you? But yeah, play a bit more. This is.
Let me just play somewhere else. See what they say.
Yeah. Go to homosexuality.
Talib, who are the two most outspoken Muslim members of Congress. Interestingly enough, there was a Muslim attorney general candidate who lost by 240 votes in Arizona, my home state, Abe Hamadeh, who should have been attorney general. And there is a sizable Muslim population in Arizona, and he was really clear on all the major issues. And so just to kind of reemphasize the point here, here's understandably, and Pat, you'll have to meet kind of the right halfway, there's an understandable fear that American Muslims have animosity towards American Christians and vice versa, okay? There is some truth to that in the very radical Islamic circles, okay? Sure. However, we're talking about politics, which by definition is the sport of addition and multiplication, not division and subtraction. So if you want to multiply your ranks, you have a community of people.
Just to be, that's not the definition of politics. That is like some idiotic analogy about like adding to win in a democracy. That is, politics is, polity comes from Greek city. Anyways, not that. That's not the definition. Just to be clear. Dumbass.
People that you don't agree with theologically, that are currently a devoted Democrat voting group, wouldn't it make sense to then just focus on two issues that pro-life, trans, pro-life, trans, pro-life, trans. Muslims are 90.
No, maybe he can.
Play the Muslim. He's going to talk about
99% in agreement.
His knowledge about Islam.
Why is there that division between the two?
Some of it is a is a theological, and I share some of this, right, belief that radical Muslims want to bring Sharia to the United States.
Okay.
And I'm not saying I even believe that,
How is that a theological
wholeheartedly.
belief?
That is something a lot of Christians do believe. Secondly, post 9/11, there was a fair amount of nonprofit chatter and a fair amount of activism that presented Islam with no nuance. No nuance in the sense of that all Muslims believe the same thing. And that's, I don't think, a fair representation, right? There's radical Muslims.
Oh my God.
There's people that take it, I have a very good friend, Zuhdi Jasser in Arizona, who is calling for a reformation, right? But here's the point, is that what I would challenge Republicans or conservatives with is like, okay, let's pretend you think that Muslims want an authoritarian regime. You're already living under one. You're living under a trans-authoritarian regime. And here's a group of people that want to smash that regime. Wouldn't it be nice to build a coalition for once?
So let me tell you. So I'm about to get a little uncomfortable with the audience, and they may or may not like it, but that's my comfort zone, okay?
Just pause for
So we're in Bahamas last week. We're having dinner. We're laughing our asses.
Did you hear that? I mean, first, I don't agree with trans people at all. I mean, I just don't think it can change. But I mean, that was ridiculous. The fact that they're living in a dictatorship of, I don't know. Do you feel that's the case?
No.
I mean, I feel like maybe there is an overrepresentation in media because it's the hot new thing. But anyway, but did you hear the part about he has a friend called Jasper or Yasser or whatever in Arizona who's calling for reformation?
What is reformation?
From Arizona.
That has
sort of reforming religion. It's like, it's, well, I mean, Islam had it like 1,000 years before Christianity, but these idiots don't understand it. So they're, they keep saying Islam needs to have its renaissance. Like when
they say it just like
they
that.
Well, they don't do the hands, but if we were doing, if my face was on the screen, people could see with my great camera what impressions I'm doing. They go, Islam needs its renaissance. Yeah, fuck off. Like, could read history a bit. But no, this guy's, I mean, again, I look good with this camera, I have to say. But anyway, his knowledge of Islam is shocking. Like, it's too good. But let's see what PBD, how does he get uncomfortable with the audience? He's going to get uncomfortable.
Off for about 3 hours. Guy sitting across from me is the same guy that I went to him to ask for the Quran that I gifted to Tate at the end. If you watch the interview with Tate at the end,
I didn't get that far.
Yeah, but if you just go to the last 2 minutes, that's all you need to do. I gave him a Quran. Right? I gave him a Bible from 1870, and I gave him Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis.
My favorite book.
I'm like, listen, here's 3 books. One of them is an old Bible. One of them C.S. Lewis. Hopefully you read C.S. Lewis. Do your thing.
He loved them, by the way.
Yeah, but if you see it, the guy doesn't get emotional. You could tell he got emotional when this gift was given to him. And obviously, we have. I love the fact that Tucker did the interview with him, and he went to Romania, and whether we were the guinea pigs to realize that you can make it back to America to Tucker, it is all good. We're glad we did that. But this is not the one. Don't worry about it, Rob. It's fine. It's a newer one. That's the older one. But here's what happened there.
Don't worry about
when
it,
we talked to this guy, Haas, stud, love him, love his wife, Naveen, good people. So he starts talking about Muslims, America, Israel, Republican, Christians, and this guy is a hardcore conservative.
Yeah.
Maybe more a hardcore conservative than a Muslim. And that's saying something because he is a Muslim and a proud one. And he's the kind that converts. He's not a kind that just talks about it. So he's the kind that converts, and he converts Christians. And I think the number was shown on how many Americans have converted to Muslim. The number's like 20,000 Christians, of which.
Why did he find it surprising that someone was very conservative as a Muslim? Wait.
No, he said he said he was more conservative. He means he was more Republican than he was more Muslim. But he was surprised like that. He's like American conservative, like American rah-rah. He means he was more that, even though he was a Muslim. But
they go well together.
Calculation.
I don't know why he found that this guy was drinking water with his food. Okay.
No man, because in his mind, Muslims were mostly anti, like maybe anti-chauvinistic. I don't, which is he's wrong. Like, you know, like as again, he's. But did you hear? Man, this guy, like, he's such a like a crook, basically.
Yeah.
Like this gift
this
thing
gift
he does.
Gave him 3 books.
Gave 3 books. One of, and look, I don't want to brag, but I think he got emotional. I saw a tear in his eyes. I think I saw. Did you see it too, Adam? Did you see it too?
Yeah. So he jerked off right there. Yeah.
he worshipped at your feet. But yeah, it's just, man, it's just chill out. Stop. I don't know. I would like to get a gift though. I mean, I don't want to talk myself out of a gift here, because this guy, like, I'm betting his enemies. Yeah, he's got gifts.
If somehow an interview's not set up and a gift is not given, I'll take that. I mean, I wouldn't do the interview. Whichever way it was, whether I was interviewing him or he was interviewing me.
No,
as long as we meet, I want a gift.
Man, this guy, by the way, I don't know, he claims to be like Iranian, Assyrian. He acts like proper Iranian Muslim people, because as you know, in Christianity, before you eat the food, you hold hands and you say prayers and you say Amen.
Religious, yeah.
If you're religious.
Yeah,
if you're religious in Iran, you go to lunch or dinner, you look around, you make sure you eat your plate, you make sure the plate has been licked clean, then you go Elahi Shukr. Thank God. After the food has gone in,
which makes more sense. You need to be guaranteed.
So much, yeah. There something happens during lunch. Somebody stops me from finishing. No, thank you, God. No, I will not thank you for this.
Once I'm finished,
I withhold my thank you until the food is fully inside my stomach. Cash only. Do you understand, God? Cash only. So yeah, I think he does that after he's always at the end of. You remember with Joe Rogan? Okay, Joe, I'll give you the gifts at the end. Joe, if you do this, I'll give you the gift.
So you don't get kicked out, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if we can play a little bit more, but it's all just hilarity of 2 people talking about Muslim. I mean, there is one part which you pointed out, which is Charlie Kirk just goes.
Yeah, I don't know how to find
there
it.
Is all.
What the hell is this? The world's angriest countries.
That's this research, Camille, was conducted by a very, very trustworthy.
Imagine if you have something on a country like that, and then it says 1,000. Forget that this is not something that you can get an answer, and you're always getting an answer for something else, and it's skewed, like it's representing something else every time. But they did this on 1,000 respondents per country.
And these are countries, by the way, with vastly different populations.
Jesus
so Christ. You got, for example, Turkey with 80 million there, and then you got Iraq with 8. Like,
makes a lot of sense.
And of course, it's like, okay. I think our theory is that the poorer the country is, I mean, there are a few outliers, but it looks like the more you go towards a developing country, more people are angry. Yeah, I don't know. This is what our research has concluded. So yeah, Lebanese people just happen to be very angry. I mean, the day we asked was following what's it called? The fire. But yeah. So we went on the day of the Turkish earthquake, and they were pretty pissed off.
They almost attacked me. Yeah. So I added 2% for that. I added 3% because they spat on my face. Because they were like, now you're asking us now.
I mean, in Afghanistan, you remember when the Americans were leaving and the Taliban was taking over? Yeah. And the president fled. Yeah, around that time, people, I don't know, they're angry. So
around that time, you know when Afghanistan was in a civil war with regions still holding out against Taliban. Yeah, we managed to conduct a full-on research in that country and have a view about the mindset of those people. We have a view based on our research. Yes, we did that. Do you have any more questions? Any more questions?
I can't believe what I'm seeing. I think this has to be the funniest survey question ever.
I mean, the countries they've chosen just particularly makes it great because one just more just fucked up. I mean, except Turkey, pretty much they're all
but that
fucked.
also don't forget about
like there is
inflation.
no
So I'm sure
data
if you went
collection.
and asked that one, actually, inflation probably pisses off everyone. So they went and asked this question at the
they're
peak of
angry,
inflation.
for sure.
Like,
No, man, forget about
have you been angry in the past 48 hours by any chance? No.
Man, you
How
go
about now? Okay, you're angry. Your mom's a whore. How about now?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask you tomorrow. Okay, I'll come back. I have to ask you because it's about the previous day. So, yeah, don't forget though, your mom's a whore. Yeah. Okay, see you tomorrow.
Yeah. You just got your salary. All right, let me come back in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We'll discuss it later. No,
it was your birthday yesterday. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you don't fit the criteria. Yeah.
Man, you go way too far with this sort of like you are really angry thing even. Like, except Turkey, like all the other countries they mentioned, there is no data collect. I don't believe you can collect data. I don't believe your data. You're not collecting. There's no state like Lebanon, failed state, Armenia at war, Iraq. I mean, come on, Afghanistan. I mean,
in
again,
2001
Jordan,
and 22,
no electricity. Mali, recent coup d'etat, civil war. Sierra Leone, I don't know. They might be doing okay, I guess. I don't know.
No, but it's really funny. Yeah, like I mean, Turkey's like peak inflation. So you can just imagine. Anyway, yeah, Afghanistan is literally like 21, 20. They came at the heart of the conflict.
Yeah,
like it was quiet for a few years, so we didn't go. But yeah,
it's like the week of January 6th. How angry is America? How angry is America?
Oh man, okay. This is too funny. I can't.
I mean, but let's see if we can find the part that you pointed out to me. If not, we'll just do it
I mean, I have
ourselves.
no idea. Maybe it's here, Muslims.
And he was really clear on all the major.
At the end,
I didn't get that far.
Yeah, but if you just go, it is older one. But here's a guy shown on how many Americans partially corrected my. Well, you know.
Hold on.
To my.
1 second.
Right.
I think it's here.
I said, okay. What are? Stop trying to take our money. You keep ruining our.
Armenia.
The third one makes a lot of sense. Armenians, Azerbaijan, Turkey.
Is that if you do not have interest, you cannot freely lend out money. Now, there's some workarounds around that. Yeah, I don't want to go too deep theologically. I think there's a super simple reason why most Muslim countries have difficult, or why they're so angry, is because they don't embrace a simple market principle of charging interest. Is that if you do not have interest, you cannot freely lend out money. Now, there's some workarounds around that, but you're going to remain permanently poor if you do not have a banking system that allows for entrepreneurial activity.
Poor,
I would imagine that all of us have taken out loans before.
Usury is what you're referring to, right?
It's in this,
which was used to be outlawed in the Christian community.
Yes,
how Jews made all the money.
Shit,
yes,
what a clash!
Jews find a workaround in the Book of Exodus.
Okay, I don't think you can play this. Did you hear that?
He said Jews do that.
No, first what he said before that. Better if you don't hear. Here, if you want to hear.
Real activity. I would imagine that all of us have taken out loans before.
Usury is what you're referring to, right?
It's in this,
which was used to be outlawed in the Christian community.
Yes,
how Jews made all the money.
Yes, and
oh Jesus, did he? How Jews made all the money? I mean, he's joking. He's joking.
No, he's not. Yeah. Joking. Get the fuck out of here.
Jews find
and willing to bet.
No, he's just smiling.
Get
in the Book of
out
Exodus,
of here.
It explicitly actually prohibits it, but the rabbis found a workaround because they realized that flourishing and prosperity actually comes with the ability to charge interest, right? I'm very pro-interest because then you're allowed to bet on entrepreneurs and bet on people to buy homes. So I think that's part of it, but not the whole story. I don't know how deep you want to get into this theologically, Patrick. There are some fundamental differences between worldview of Muslims and Christians that I think need to be ironed out. But I will get back to, I'm not that interested in that conversation. I'm just not. What I'm more interested in is understanding that right now we're not living in a secular America. We're living in a place where the God of America has replaced it with trans zealotry, worship of the self, widespread.
That wasn't it.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. But it was good that we saw him again put aside Prophet Muhammad and Jesus to focus on real issues. But man, yeah, do you think that was? I don't know. Maybe he was joking.
No, he wasn't. He didn't know. He probably. I'm not saying that he hates Jewish people or anything like that. Sure. He just like that's what he's heard and that's what he says. He can't even his brain can't make the connections. I mean, he was
sure.
No, I mean
but this is
he didn't have any like ill intent.
First of all, they have interests.
Just, if you're that stupid,
we have interest. They have interest in Muslim countries. All right, just stop being a dumbass. That's one thing. Secondly, I would add, this is what happens. You see, when their real agenda comes to top, and then the people, did you see that? That he was like, "You mean usury? You mean usury? The bad thing?" Interest. If they had interest, they wouldn't be poor. Like Qatar, poor. UAE, poor. Saudi, poor. Sheikh, there is another rich one. I forgot. Kuwait, poor. Bahrain, poor.
And I mean, Iran is far richer than a lot of Christian countries. So no, I don't know how you. Or most countries are, so I don't know how that comes in. But...
Come here, shut the fuck up. Poor. We are poor. Shut the fuck up. These people don't need to be. No, we don't have. Oh, look, we don't have water. Look at quality of water. So bad. I have to drink. But yeah.
Too funny, man. Too funny. Yeah. I mean, how can you like? Do you think that he ever doubts what he's saying, like in his head? Like, do you think there's ever like a moment of self-doubt over anything, or it's just like his brain only goes like forward? Like when a word comes out, like it's come out. Like there's no way he can ever think. Yeah, maybe actually that didn't make sense.
I think in the beginning he was probably. I think he's such a charlatan. He's such an obvious charlatan. I think at first he was forcing it. But then after a while you condition yourself.
Yeah.
Sort of it becomes a habit after a while. So now I think he's at the stage that exactly as you say, it just comes out and it goes with Muslims, if they charge interest, they will be poor. Sure, but that's
what I'm willing to say on this podcast.
How can I advocate interest rates right now? Muslims. Oh, why are they poor? No interest.
My friend in Arizona.
Reformation he's calling for. There are good Muslims.
His wife, great cook.
More conservative than Republic.
Yeah. If I were to convert a sheep into a Christian, into a Muslim, I think I would prefer to start with a Japanese sheep. Yeah. What do you think?
That's what do you remember the Reza Aslan question? If you were to start a country, would you start it with Christianity or with Islam? Jeez, what is this Lego? We're like, I'm gonna be yellow, Bobby. I'm gonna put the yellow to the blue.
Oh, I'm dead.
Chill. But yeah, man. So I mean, you saw the guy we covered first. He was the high end of conservative movement. This is the mode. This is the most common sort of type.
Yeah. Jesus. Oh, the other guy. Sorry. Yeah.
The other guy is the high end. He's niche.
They made me forget about everything. These two. Now I'm becoming like Charlie Kirk. Anything that happened, I've forgotten about it. Can only look to the future.
He talked. It's a pathological mind virus. That's what it is. It's a pathological mind.
The trends have taken over my head. Right.
This is like it's the mind virus thing. It's just these people are everything good from conservatives take and ruin it. I find. I don't know. I feel, but it's truly awful. What was I gonna say? Anyways, oh no, the Charlie Kirk's theological knowledge was so much. I feel like our brain had to just put some information out, push it out. I mean, putting Prophet Muhammad and Jesus aside, obviously. Jesus who I'm on the,
get 10 influencers. I'm on
the first name basis.
I don't know, because PBD also offered a strategy at first. you get 10 influencers who come together, and they find out how they can each go to their respective communities and tell them to become Republicans.
10 like Muslims.
Man, it's so fun. But the funny thing, like PBD's character is just so common. I've met like
in Iran.
I've met the identical Iranian one who lived just like him his whole life in like Canada and abroad. So I've seen just like him, but this guy exists everywhere and all the time. And PBD is like, he's the most successful one I've met. I don't know if that's what.
Exactly.
He's more successful than most people, I guess, if you're gonna base it on this podcast. Although I think a few people would be like, leave them, take the money, as long as I can have a 1-bedroom. You have them. Oh, speaking of houses, actually, our next video to perhaps wrap up this segment is on PBD's crib. So I don't know if we should.
Is that or shall we call it his private sort of island /
Kudos to him. Resort. I guess that part.
Kudos. But just play the.
He comes in on a bike.
Dumbfounded. What is this video? He comes on a bike. I don't even remember.
You didn't
that.
See that? Oh my god!
Play the beginning, so then we comment after refresh my
memory. But so this is his house, just pretty surreal. And I think here he arrives. No, just in the beginning he's gonna talk. There we go on his bike. Ducati Diabe.
Oh my god.
Bike 6.
I'm Patrick Bay, David. Welcome to the great state of Florida. Today I'm going to give you a sneak peek, a private tour of the house. Come on
12 minutes is not a sneak peek. The house is big, but in 12 minutes, I think you'll cover a lot.
That's not a sneak peek.
Actually, if you could have cut the video into 4 minutes, it would have really helped me.
It's still not a sneak peek. I don't know what peek. I don't know if he knows what peeking is like when you go. That's a peek. But
he's even locating. He's geolocating the rooms for us. Okay.
He goes through everything, but this is first of all, does he not understand the first sentence he says, like undercuts everything that comes after? Welcome to the state of Florida. Like, sure, of course you can go to hell and buy a lot of land. I'm sure there's a lot of good property there, but nobody gonna like that cut. Like, the impressedness, I think, gets cut by half right there.
Yeah,
and then
I think the impressedness gets cut by how ugly it is and what a waste of 25 million it is. I don't know why he made it like a resort. This is like a resort where kind of looks like like a relatively cheaper resort.
I love that he pointed out the stairs. Thank you for that. I'm glad to know this. But no, it's a very nice place. But I'm just saying, it's just like it's like southern Iran where there's just so much land that like your house has to be big, like for security.
Let's see his bathtub
for both. Sure. So tacky, in my view. I don't know. What do you think of his interior design?
It's not the tackiest thing I find, but it's just like stupid and fake. Just like him.
Oh, fair enough. No, I would say tacky, but I would say the bathroom is probably the better. That's, by the way, what he wanted, right?
He admires everyone. He admires everyone who was famous. Very original of you. You're such a great thinker. Einstein, Kennedy, Lincoln. I thought I was gonna say Hamilton. Tupac himself. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Senna, the Formula driver. Is this the Shah of Iran?
Shah.
And MLK.
Yeah. MLK? Who's the old guy behind his face? Let's move. Oh, is that Milton Friedman? Jesus, Milton Friedman. Oh my, I have to say the best is him with that blue suit with the
and look, and he's making himself seem extra cool by acting like, he said like, something really but he also said like something really cool and funny that Tupac is laughing.
Tupac is
laughing. Yeah,
Tupac is doing. Tupac is, and he's like
Senna's admiring
Tupac
him.
Who's admiring him?
Senna. He's like a famous Formula 1 driver. He named his daughter after him.
Schumacher.
No.
All right. I thought he's like, and as you can see, he's like the cool guy, and Tupac has got this timid position.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, Patrick. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he's towering over Tupac. How tall was Tupac?
He's really tall. David.
David's tall, probably.
I know, like he was 3 Joe Rogans.
But Joe Rogan is
I know,
pretty
but
short.
3 man, 3 Joe Rogans. I said, I didn't say 2.
Okay. Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
There's a website dedicated to Tupac's. Why did you say oh shit? Tupac is short in your view?
No, I mean he's Joe Rogan's height, so it makes sense. I thought he just imagined he was taller.
All right.
So it's not so bad.
I won't throw you under the bus like you did to me, but okay.
But yeah, jeez.
I have to say the Milton Friedman and the Kennedy thing just shows like how much of a dumbass he is. Just those two just.
I mean, you don't need to order this like custom design. Like they probably sell this everywhere. He just had to ask himself to be painted. Like I think if I walk into like any store, there'll be something pretty much. Like, okay, maybe the Shah.
No, come on.
Maybe the Shah's a bit out of place.
Milton Friedman, Shah. Who knows Milton Friedman? How many people? I'm sorry.
I mean, Milton Friedman is as famous as like a thing comes of like that Economist or whatever kind of thing.
I wouldn't say he's more famous than the Shah, man. Fuck off. Like seriously,
I know, but the Shah, they wouldn't think about the Shah. They'll be like, oh, he's like Middle Eastern and all that. Yeah, exactly. So they wouldn't put him. But these guys are all American. Even I guess he became American. Well, he's Brazilian, but yeah.
Brazil. All right. Anyway, yeah, I think. But yeah, let's just play at his house. I mean, I still would like to live in that. I don't know.
Oh, I mean,
so tacky, but I still would love it because of the pools and everything. The size is just. Oh, yeah. How many?
Does he show inside his fridge at least, or like his booze or something fun like that?
Yeah, he had barbecue.
Yeah,
I think he
barbecue or something.
But did you see
the bar? Let's see the bar.
Yeah, the bar should be nice. Oh, there.
I don't know. I don't think he knows what a bar is.
Man, I have to say that cleaning this place must be a fucking nightmare.
Well, I mean, full time. I mean, you get like it's like professionals come and clean.
These are my attempts.
Vacuuming on Sundays.
No.
Sundays is vacuum day. I'm sorry, I can't come on. My wife will kill me. Anything that anybody has ever, of course, but yeah, Batman mobile was my favorite. Like anything that anyone has found cool or like is conditioned as cool, like. No, you're supposed to like 1 or 2 of them. You can't like all of them. That's not how it works.
He bought everything. I buy DC and Marvel. I love all of it. Yeah, he's just everything.
What's your favorite movie?
Look,
No.
I love Godfather, Freddy Got Fingered. Also, I love John Wick. Yeah. Also, Gone with the Wind and Shrek 3. Like, what is going on here? He's great. He's
not enough booze in this house. What's going on?
Yeah. I mean,
does anybody live in this house?
It looks like maybe some of it looks like one of those mansions to sell. But the bar is disgusting, man. Look at that purple thing.
No.
Oh, I mean, Jesus, this is really bad.
But what is this? God. So I come to his house, I have to bring my own booze. I'm like, I have a $25 million mansion.
Ridiculous.
I guess I have to bring my own cooler. I didn't see a kitchen in your video.
What is the boss? And what is this? The boss hawk? What kind of sell pig? What kind of a disgusting drink is this? Does that have some kind of pig?
But look, he just picked up on that. Then he has like Hendrix and Bombay, like Smirnoff Ice. There's a ball of Absolute somewhere. There's a case of Budweisers.
There's a great goose with this much left in it.
Man, he's the kind of guy like, I'm not vegan, but you go to his house to be like, yeah, at my house we make. I'm vegan, sorry, but you go to his house to be like, yeah, make the most expensive, best steak in the world, and he's like faking it. He bought like Walmart steak and like.
Oh,
yeah. But look at this. Yes.
Man, he's the motherfucker.
Of course, he has that bottle of tequila. Though,
you know,
I don't know.
He picks up black label whiskey from the dumpster and then pours cheap.
I swear.
Inside. Yeah, you're right. No, but what the fuck is Boss Hog Whistle? That sounds like the most disgusting drink. And like the name, you know, it just sounds like it's such a bad name for it. But the bar is truly like bad. Like it shows you something. Like let's end with this.
Yeah, let's go and come back. I mean,
but it shows you something.
Oh, go ahead.
Tell me a joke. God damn it. Shows you something though. You can buy a lot of things, but you can't buy class.
I knew he was gonna say that. I mean, that's not a joke. I mean, yeah, it's a good saying. Where was the joke?
We were supposed to edit on that and then the music. It's like
okay, I can do that. I'll go back and do that.
Should I do it again? Or no?
Yeah, do it again.
Let's do it. No, it's too late.
Alrighty, Sam. So let's resume. Let's start with a UFO video. I mean, okay, The Hill are kind of being unfair. I mean, they're searching for like the craziest people and things to be said about UFOs, right? I mean, this video,
I respectfully disagree.
Okay, so this video is.
I think this man's British accent.
Yeah.
I think this man's British accent makes anything seem reasonable, and I think especially them being Americans, having American brain, they don't understand what he's saying. They're just like, yeah, man, that sounds right. Yeah. You went to Oxford, right? Sounds like you went to Oxford. No, but sounds like you did, so sounds right.
You think you've had it good if you're born white. No. Compared to a white guy with a fish, it's like literally like, you know, might as well be born a fish. I mean, like, the difference is
the difference is unbelievable. It's
you like might as well have been I don't know what, like child who was born into slavery and killed.
If you're a slave, if you've been sold into sexual slavery, but you have British accent, you are better off than most landowners. You are. It's the fact.
Man, this is crazy. So this video is called "UFOs Are Future Humans Warning About Nuclear War?" ? Theories floated amid UAP excitement. So this video is done by The Hill with Brianna
with a straight face
and Robbie. And I mean, Robbie never claimed that he's out there, you know, doing, you know, trying to talk about the important issues and not. But I mean, if this is it, Brianna, if this is it,
I mean, man, have you seen her lineup recent weeks?
I mean,
the video about Barbie, then she had another one.
No, okay, that's different. I mean, no, this is different. This is something else. That's what.
Yeah, I know. This is stupider, but this is like you have to because the Congress is having hearings about it, man. Like
not on this. No, I don't think. Okay, it's not like Congress are having.
I'm sorry,
hearings on this topic.
You know,
okay, great. I always wanted to talk about.
I'm crazy. Saying, like this is more reasonable to cover this because like the Senate is like, I don't know, maybe we should impeach the president over this. Tell us where are the gray men? Tell us now. It's like Hawaii has burned down to ground, like completely gone. They're like, where are the green guys? Tell me, I need to know. So I don't know. I think fair enough, but I just. Yeah, play.
In a new op-ed, Hill opinion contributor Merrick von Rennenkampf noted that in May, NASA's UAP study team held its first public meeting, and according to the director of the Pentagon's UFO office, Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick, the most common observations of the UAPs are of spheres, 3 by 13 feet in size and white, silver, or translucent in color. This was out of the 800 reports received by his office by late May.
On what these objects could be, the jury's still out, but journalist Raj Kolthart, who interviewed UFO whistleblower David Grush, said they could be future humans. Shout out to Twitter/X user Neoliberal Tears for resurfacing this clip from the Theories of Everything, Consciousness, Free Will, and God podcast. Let's watch.
I've been exploring in recent months is more complex, and I've already spoken about this to some extent, so I will say it involves the notion of future human time travel. And look, it's only hypothetical. I'm not saying it's real. But if what I'm being told about that is true, then yeah, I would be somber too.
Why is that somber? Why is the fact or the potential that it might be humans in the future terrifying?
Because of what it, well, I think I wouldn't be giving too much away if I said that, you think about it, why since 1947 has there been a phenomenon taking an interest in the human race, particularly in nuclear weapons? Why is something or someone apparently trying to send us a message about nuclear weapons? Why is it that nuclear weapons are being shut down by what slide 9 refers to as remote sensor disassembly? What's it trying to say? What's coming? Imagine if, and I'm only speaking hypothetically here, imagine if future humans knew that if we continue on the path we're going, there's going to be a nuclear war or a conflagration at some time.
All right, let's call this the Terminator theory. Someone's coming back from the future to keep us from destroying ourselves. What do you make of this?
I operate under the time travel rules that you can't actually change anything by going into the past. You'll just cause whatever you were trying to prevent.
Sorry, I just had to hear one thing that made like, you know, half sense as was said as a joke. I just had to hear that because I mean, I kind of got sad halfway through this video. I don't know why. Like it was just like, no, a grown adult man, he can't be trying to conning us like that, like trying to pass by like. And then I saw the comments, and then people are like, Jesus Christ, man.
I'm not saying that there are humans from the future. What I'm saying is that's a theory that a madman in an asylum came up with.
No, they wouldn't come up.
Maybe we should think about. And what I love the Indian. Why would that be? Why would that be something we should just make us like humans coming from the future to warn us? Why would that be interesting? Why would that at all be something strange or shocking? Why? No, I don't know why. I don't know. No, it's truly happens every day. I don't know. I'm sorry I brought it up.
I mean, you can't say that. He says that, you know, I'm not saying that I believe that, you know, just like hypothetical, I don't believe it. But then after that, just speak as if, you know, it's like fact and truth, you know, and then like maybe 2 minutes later come back again and say, you know, I don't think this is the case. But yeah, so then since 1948, what do you mean? You can't, that's a bullshit cop-out. You can't just claim, oh yeah, I don't think so. And then just to say it, it's like saying like a disclaimer, like, with all due respect, you're a piece of shit.
Some people have claimed to have seen light orbs. Now, based on some people's claim, since 1947, we have messed with nuclear weapons. And I think there are future humans coming back to warn us about the dangers because there's... Go write a sci-fi novel, motherfucker.
No, nobody would buy it. That's like the most boring sci-fi. No,
it's been done before. It's been done like 1,000 times. It was like Tenet was basically the same. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's. But yeah, I mean, it's. Since we are on the Hill, though, I don't think we're gonna come back to them very quickly. I was watching the Hill videos. It was in one of the recent videos, and they kept talking about the mainstream media, which does not cover stuff and all that. Can you Google the Hill for a second? Just Google them and go to their Wikipedia page. Can you go? Yeah, history. Can you zoom in on the history thing? Can you read that part, maybe?
Go ahead, you read it.
The company was founded as a newspaper in 1994 by Democrat power broker and New York businessman Jerry Finkelstein and Martin Tolchin, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, a former correspondent for the New York Times. New York Representative Gary L. Ackerman was also a major shareholder. The name of the publication alludes to Capitol Hill as a syndicate, I forget this, it's a literally allusion for the United States Congress and government generally. Yeah, I mean, I don't know where they think they work. You are part of establishment media. They keep pretending, and all you do is cover UFO. You cover the videos that would get copyrighted in YouTube, but the Hill can afford the copyright, like Joe Rogan coverage that is we getting 24/7 from it's Joe Rogan coverage, Ben Shapiro coverage, all the people who they copyright their shit basically. That's and they constantly, hey, MSNBC doesn't do that, CNN doesn't. What do you do? Pretend as if they're like part of some independent like radical movement in Angola. This is free Angola radio station with Brie here and Robbie. Chill out. So am I wrong or am
No, you're absolutely right. Point very well taken. I couldn't agree more. It's just nonsense.
Your silence is worrying.
No, because these comments, man, these comments are surreal.
What are they?
But yeah, your theory explains everything. Fucking YouTube, idiots.
Oh, puts good comments.
Yeah, because, so all the weird good comments. I mean, that's the only thing explain this. But I guess no, 184 people. I honestly wish these reporters start digging into other sightings like the one in Brazil, Michigan, Phoenix, Hudson Valley, California, Russia, France, which are all documented. So I mean, if it's documented and done, I mean,
what do you want that done?
Yeah. Research, so we can all start talking about it.
You are talking about it right now. I mean, I'm sorry, people in your real life just ignore your calls because they're so annoyed with you bringing up this nonsense. It's cool. Jesus Christ. People think because people in their life ignore them, there is some like conspiracy to silence.
Let's move on.
It's hilarious.
Let's keep it going. Okay, Sam, this story, I mean, honestly, Elon Musk he's managed to bore me on my favorite topic more than anyone else. Mark Zuckerberg, he's not boring me as much, but Elon Musk, he's boring on the fighting thing. He's such a...
Did you hear... But like his excuse that I don't know, I lifted my back hurts, and then he texted Mark Zuckerberg, somebody who he insulted like really harshly on Twitter. Then can I come and train in your backyard or something?
He's like, let's first have like a first fight in your backyard. Like, I mean, he's not even like funny or interesting or clever.
No, he's just
I mean, like, so what? I remember once someone pointed out that they always say, oh, Elon Musk is so funny, but like all he does is like retweeting like famous like common memes that are floating around. Like, how does that make him funny? If I send you a meme, it doesn't make me funny. Oh no, this guy's a comedian for having found this meme that everyone has seen.
No, not just that, just sending you memes from like a decade ago, half a decade ago. I mean, come on. He's
so
kind
funny.
of a meme curator, so you got to give him that.
Yeah, man. And I think honestly, I would back off and be nicer to Elon if at the very least he made the branding of this X thing consistent with the rest of Twitter. It's really pissing me off because like the X thing is like this black symbol. Oops, let's not go there. So you see the X thing is kind of this black branding and all this, but then they haven't changed any of the rest of the branding, right? So then it's like the branding going with the blue of the thing, and I just like, please, can you at least... I know you can make the screen black, but then these buttons are still blue. The branding has not changed. That's just making your screen black, if I'm not mistaken. So he's really... I mean, just fix that. Oh, put the rest behind us. This is really getting on my nerve.
Yeah, I know that bothers you, Camille, but what if Elon tweets that he's gonna fight the trans person?
Okay,
would that
everything's forgiven.
Everything's forgiven.
Your tunnel idea is great. Yeah, nobody had ever thought of that. Yeah, no, tunnels don't exist. No, no, no.
I don't know if
fire gun. Wow, yeah, wow.
No, look. I have an idea, Camille. Like, instead of using airplanes, right? We built balloons, right, filled with helium, and then such original idea. Nobody.
How much do you want to bet he thought this was a good idea for like at one point? I swear to God, he perhaps has a company that does that. I wouldn't be surprised.
What, Zeppelins are a good idea?
And like he presents it, yeah, exactly.
After.
No, exactly.
That's my original idea.
I can't.
Oh, God damn. He's such a bitch though, just for like pushing out. Just don't agree to
what
fight.
What the fuck? This makes no sense. Oh my God.
What is that? Net?
They put him at 100 pounds. He's not 100 pounds.
No, that's net worth. That's net worth.
Oh my God, I'm so
that's
stupid.
100 billion. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so stupid. Okay, I must.
No, I mean, American, South African. That's part.
And that's wrong too. There, you usually put where you fight out of. You don't put like it's not your nationality. Sorry.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. All right. It's clearly done by nerds, not yeah. Put the money they earn instead of their weight or what. Anyway.
Okay, yeah, the weight shredded.
that does not look natural. I mean, he's much richer than us and has much better life. Don't get me wrong.
I'm telling you, if in 5 or 10 years, Elon Musk is suddenly broke his person, like he's literally broke and what's it called, and
living off the streets. Yeah.
No, and yet in a pretty what's the word? And bankrupt. I wouldn't be surprised. I know his track record. He's just made so much money and all this, but yeah. If the Tesla thing happens to go wrong, everything falls apart within like half a day. But Tesla, to his credit, or to the company's credit, I think
or to the government's credit,
or like someone's credit. I think it's safer and better than most people like to hate on.
Reserve Janet Yeller's
yeah. But honestly.
Oh God, let's go to the next one. This is a quick one too. So did you hear about this guy?
No. Oh, I clicked on it because you sent it to me, but there's the thing really threw me off as it goes. But is it funny?
No, this happened like a week ago or something. Actually, there was a video of it, or maybe it was like a description that he basically got into a car and it was basically. I think he's fucked, man. I think he.
What did he do? Can you say what this guy did? This U.S. soldier walked from South Korea to North Korea?
Yeah, basically, he got into a car and he was like, "Fuck you guys! I hate like military service anyway," and just drove to North Korea. But I don't think he knows what he was waiting for there. But now he's been used obviously as a prop by the North Koreans, and I don't think he's gonna ever get out of that. So good luck. Have you ever had the urge to, run to North Korea because you were disillusioned by Djene and society, by the society?
Speechless.
I mean, he's like
poor people. They have serious issues.
Yeah, it must.
Because he could get out of North Korea. Maybe they won't even hold him back. But I mean, this is probably not the stupidest thing he's gonna do in his life. So
yeah, and no, man, North Korea is never gonna let him go. I mean, if they let him go, it
might be the best decision. Just for propaganda use, I guess maybe they just give him a hotel room and he lives this life out of this hotel room.
But as a prisoner for the rest of his life. Yes.
Free food, though. I think the food will be provided. And the accommodation. I mean, Your basic needs are taken care of. Now that I think about
it.
Now that I think about it, he made a wise choice. Okay, shelter, check. Food, transportation. Okay. Give me transportation, I'm leaving. Free bus pass for life or I'm out. Okay.
You know, in like
free internet,
provide
free internet, fine, I'll pay half of it.
I doubt they have their own, man, in North Korea, they have their own operating system.
What?
You're not allowed to use like Windows or Mac. So yeah, I mean there are
can you bring stuff with hard. You? DVD case.
but there are other. I just like you to know there are other aspects to life besides. I'm just so you know, there is free food. I don't know. I might defect to ISIS. ISIS's deal seems really good right now. Scammer, no.
And they offer you chicks too, so they really sweeten the deal.
Put down the kebab. No. If you eat it, you're in.
Take one bite. And we own
one bite. You're a member.
Oh
God. No,
okay. So, let's move on to DeSantis. I have a big take on this.
Stuff.
DeSantis humiliated by Trump fans at Iowa fair.
Let's play the video.
Let's watch the video.
And I have another Trump thing after this.
Yeah.
But also indicative of where the situation is. Let's take a listen.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Iowa State Fair, let's welcome Governor Kim Reynolds and Governor Ron DeSantis.
They're hanging in there with us. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you being here as we have the opportunity. Well, first of all, welcome back to the State Fair. Ron, it's great to have you here, so welcome back.
No, it's great to be here. We're really excited to see everybody. We appreciate...
Hey, you know what?
So I'll just continue playing next 5 seconds, but for anybody who couldn't hear well, I'm going to say, so they're all saying we want Trump, right? While DeSantis...
Yes.
We're in Iowa, and in Iowa, we're Iowa nice. So let's give everybody the opportunity to hear our candidates. So we'll stop until you do, but we're all going to have an opportunity to hear.
Sorry.
By the way, well done for her. Well done for her. Did you see how she like, this was the best get out of, like, she found the best, what do they call it in Monopoly? Get out of jail free card. Like, yeah, look, yeah, we're gonna stop talking. I don't have to talk to him until you stop, okay? And stop, please. I don't have to talk to him. This creep, I don't have to talk to until you stop. Okay, so that was well done for her. But yeah, man, like this.
But he needs to stop. He's ruining his future chances. I'm convinced there's no way he can be relatively popular and successful in Florida and not being able to be more popular at the US at the national level. And people say, oh, because he leans only and purely so much onto cultural things and all that. All of that aside, there's no way the main reason is not Trump. And if Trump was not running, there's no way he would be getting this treatment. Am I wrong? I mean, I'm basing it on bullshit.
I think
no, Trump is the reason. I think he's doing big damage to himself for absolutely no reason. He should have just sat out. Trump runs. And then after, he's getting... it's so stupid of him to run, right? He needs to find an excuse to fall out, to drop out. You don't think so?
I think it's too late, but I don't agree. But just before I get into it, Trump had an airplane through the fair, go in the air with a sign reading, "Run, be likable," or something along those lines. Yeah, it's just easy. Like Trump is literally like giving him a veggie at this point, like publicly. It's ridiculous, but I think you're wrong partially, because I think he has the same problem that the California governors, Gavin Newsom type people have. And they're gonna have, did you hear? They're gonna have a debate. I mean, two people who everybody have pointed out, like, have zero to, like 0.0 chance of getting into presidency. They're gonna have a debate, and they have the same problem. They are, I think, too appealing to a hardcore active base that lives in Florida and California, because, and it's, by the way, largely due to the heat. The heat activates the brain cells that lead to madness, and they just go crazy. So, so I think he's a bit niche. I think he's a bit niche, because even as somebody who's
I
you know how much I dislike trans people and trans ideology, but he's mean. He's an asshole. He's doing censorship. All of that. Like, that
granted, but still, Trump, if I, that's a very good point. And the California analogy, comparison was I found it to be very astute and made sense and relevant. So you convinced me quite a bit. However, I mean, the Trump thing, imagine Trump for some reason really couldn't run, and he's like, fine, let me just support this guy. And
man, come on,
okay, even if he didn't support
him, sure.
Okay, even if Trump didn't support him and he didn't exist.
The thing, man. In a world where Trump exists, there is no Trump support. Like, if Trump doesn't support you, you're nothing. And Trump made him the governor of Florida. That's
it's funny. Before, when they were saying, oh, the Republican Party is the Trump party, and I used to I said, no, it's such bullshit. And I think it is bullshit in the sense of, like, the people who run the Republican Party are not, they don't anymore do the thing where they suck up or try to get Trump's approval. But the vote, oh, Jesus Christ, has someone ever had hold on a group of people?
It's better than Reagan, man. Reagan was much more divisive. I mean, and I would add,
he single-handedly has all these Republicans who vote for him, and because of him. Now, Democrat will get a lot of votes, but that's because they also like the overall Democratic Party, and Biden represents the overall Biden. But no, Trump, I mean, it's just, he could run independent and not lose a vote. Biden ran independent. I mean, they wouldn't know how. They'll be like, okay.
He would lose some votes, but very, very few. Yeah. He would lose some votes, like the Christian hardcore maybe or something. But yeah, it's
no, he'll do a little dance for them and win them back. Yeah.
Two Corinthians walk into a bar. One of them asks for a whiskey.
Speaking of Trump,
oh my God, this is too cool.
And he even makes fun of people who are not even in the game, like Christie and I. If we ran in the US right now, we'd have the same chance of getting.
Because he's like us, man. His brain works like normal humans. He's about entertainment. He's not about messaging. He saw Christie last night on CNN giving. Did you hear he gave Zelensky Bon Jovi? Lyrical lyrics, signed lyrics, and it's like, man, this is this is not Goethe or anything. This is what kind of lyrics? Are you I didn't know even Bon Jovi had lyrics. I assume he improvises every time there is a recording for all studio. Anyways, but yeah, play the tape. I suppose it's Trump at his best, going after one of his enemies, Christie.
This morning consult poll has us far ahead. We're at 59%, and the others are at 12. One is at 12. I think that's the sanctimonious, but he's rapidly being caught by Ramaswamy. Who's good?
Ramaswamy?
No, Christie's, he's eating right now. He can't be bothered. Sir, please do not call him a fat pig. That's very disrespectful. Don't call him. See, I'm trying to be nice. Don't call him a fat pig. You can't do it. You can't do that. So now, because you're not allowed to do that, and therefore we're not going to do it, okay? We want to be very civil, right?
No, I thought it's a group of people calling him a fat pig. It was just one guy, and it was no, sir, you in the middle, you in the back.
Another brilliant petty move. I mean, if there's a petty move out there, he knows about it, and he knows how to use it.
Man, do you think he pisses in their like coffee?
No,
or
I'm convinced that everything. There's no one that he'll miss. I mean,
I can't imagine when, like, do you think before, like, when they're walking to the debate stage or whatever, when they see him coming or something, they take a different route because they're worried he might, like, just hold them in a, like, head, just do whatever this is, just keep their heads.
100%. Anything petty he can do at any moment, he'll do it. I mean, whether it's take a bite of your sandwich in the fridge, anything.
In the back. Sorry, I didn't. Can you say it louder? No, don't call him a fat pig. Don't.
Too good.
Oh, man, he's amazing. I love him. Talking of people we love, though, go to who's next? I forget.
So now we have 3 videos left. This one, actually, Crystal, Kyle, and Mike Tracy, Katie Halper, Aaron Maté, and Marianne Williams.
Just because U.S. elections.
Yeah.
And I had the RFK thing as well.
What was the RFK thing?
I sent you the link. It was Vanguard. I don't know if you saw, but in an interview, let me do the RFK thing. In an interview, RFK.
Sorry. I don't know why I didn't. I don't know how I didn't open that, but that's too funny. And we can play the clip. It's very short, also.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
Yeah, I'll find it. Don't worry. Go ahead.
It's in the live one. But anyway, there is a video in which RFK has was talking to a like a Twitter public, one of the public, just random public, and he said that in a few weeks, in a couple of weeks,
he's seemingly promised to debate Mr. Blumenthal.
I've never made an anti-Semitic comment in my life. In fact, I'm also being, by the far left, and by the mainstream media, I'm also at the same time being accused of being a Zionist. So, in fact, I'm debating Matt Blumenthal in a couple of weeks because he's complaining.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. So sorry, I think it would have been better if you explained it.
But he's and go now a bit ahead to Max Blumenthal's tweet. They put a screenshot of Max's tweet in which he says that at the Iowa State Fair, RFK told reporters he's debating me on Israeli-Palestinian in a few weeks. I've heard nothing from him or his team about these plans, and his comms director previously told me it's not happening. Hopefully, they'll clarify soon. So again, I think I know we don't have many viewers. We have about 3 viewers and all that. But I said it last week. RFK texted Kurtz, Jimmy's sidekick, and a message has been sent to Max Blumenthal's MySpace. If he can find his password to his MySpace account, he can go to the inbox in the MySpace, and there he can RSVP. If he can't, it's his problem. If he can't show up, if he can't RSVP in his I don't understand. This is like really clear to me. I don't understand what's wrong here, Max. I don't know. Find your password. It seems like you've lost your password. It seems your problem.
Honestly, I can see that being something RFK would do, because I mean, with everything, he is kind of like that. He's like, I hate this and that, but I don't have to study about it.
MySpace
nothing
is actually
I can
using
do.
Servers, the servers from MySpace. I did research actually. We sued them, and they were forced to move their servers to Alaska, where United States government limited in their. I only RSVP through MySpace, and there will be a breaking up of these organizations except MySpace.
I would love to debate Max any day, any time at 3 a.m. in the morning, his local time. So if it's 3 a.m. local time on MySpace, 2025.
I don't know if you've heard of DOS. I use computers that use DOS systems. It used to be in usage before Windows, if anybody remembers.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm making fun of his... Because he pisses me off so much sometimes, I forget that it's like condition and the disease that he had, disability, and
it's because of like addiction. It's like it wasn't like something he was born with. So.
I know, but like anyway, he got the sickness. Like once when he started talking about Wi-Fi and like X-rays, then since then I forgot him. I just like in my head I just hear him like that and I forget that it's a disability. I just hear how someone who talks about Wi-Fi radiation would sound like. He just happens to match that.
But yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, if you lose an eye because you're an idiot, I don't feel as much pity as I'm just saying. I don't know how he. I mean, his voice, it's disputed. He claims it was due to a faulty vaccine. But go to the Marianne just quickly. Did you see this?
Yeah, man. Okay, so Jimmy Dore here does not have the same attitude as he has with
wait.
RFK.
I mean, no.
I agree or disagree.
This was before you play. This was one of the best examples, and I think Jimmy Dore fans can all agree. Jimmy Dore again proved to have the backbone that nobody else has in challenging like powerful people. Marianne, very powerful, as we all know. She can do miracles apparently, so it's very powerful. She can pray shit and all that. He proved himself so just with a backbone. I mean, he's just amazing in interviews. I mean, except unless it's RFK, that is like, or David Sachs, who's like saying that we should bail out the rich people. Unless those guys are on, he's just such a brave comedian telling the truth.
Yeah.
Just let me pat myself on the back for saying Jimmy Dore is a nice man, because that's apparently industry too. Just to congratulating yourself for somebody else being a brave person. It's amazing. It's amazing atmosphere. But play a bit.
I think that was good analysis.
I'm good, thank you, Jimmy. It's not
last time I have different.
Take those charges down. About that now.
Care for the primary pack because Joe Biden
and the Democrats are in lockstep with their corporate donors on that. So I don't think of it as the party of war any more than the Republicans are, actually. I mean, you can look at individuals, but I just think of the military-industrial complex as having its grip on both parties, actually. So it's really more, how did the U.S. government become so hostage to Raytheon, Northrop Grumman, and Boeing? That is the question in my mind.
I mean, even people who don't take corporate money in the Democratic Party are for the Ukraine war, and they just vote for military budgets. They vote for that's the reason why it stands out is because the Democratic Party was supposed to be a left party. They're supposed to be anti-war, or they're you'll never
active on pro-war. I think that there are a lot of people who are very, very concerned about the power of the U.S. war machine.
Which ones would those be?
Well, for one, me. I mean,
I'm talking about Democrats in Congress or who are elected.
I can't speak so much about Democrats in Congress because I think of Democrats in Congress as so beholden to the corporatist Democrat view, perhaps, than you do. The U.S. Poked the bear. I certainly understand about the Aegis missiles in Poland. I don't feel that I'm naive at all about how the U.S. war machine works. However, it's kind of like you look at someone like Dwight Eisenhower. On one hand, he is the man who phrased, and at the same time feels strongly that certain lines must be drawn, certain boundaries, and certain people must be stopped. So when you look at what happened last weekend in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, 40 nations coming together, that's very important what happened last weekend. With China, India was there, was that Iran, Ukraine.
Hold on, I want to see Jimmy.
Involved
no, we'll get there, but for this.
So I'm trying to figure. So you're
that's.
Just wanted to the peace thing she refers to is very important, Kamir. In Saudi Arabia, over 40 countries are meeting because of the peace in Ukraine between Ukraine and Russia. I mean, Russia is not there, but
that has not happened since the war happened. The 40 countries have not met over this. This is, I mean, even a Democrat wouldn't like.
Not in Saudi. No, it has happened, but not in Saudi. Not in Jeddah. I mean, sure. Actually, kind of it happened in Saudi.
Not in the third quarter of 2023.
Not in Jeddah.
Not during the summertime.
Okay. Not in this hotel. Not in this hotel. All right.
Okay, not yesterday. But yeah, and here's Jimmy.
You're saying you support Joe Biden's policy in Ukraine?
What I don't support about Joe Biden's policy is when he says for as long as it takes. He and Lloyd Austin just talk about how we're just giving money for as long as it takes. We need to be in support of a negotiated settlement.
So there already was a
of course, theoretically, you would say, I mean, Jake Sherman
agreement called the Minsk Accords, which we now know that which was going to give the people in the Donbass, they would stop shelling them, and that they would give them some kind of independence because they were the Russian speakers in that country in the east part. And so Ukraine never followed that peace agreement. And now we know, because Angela Merkel and others have revealed it, that they never intended on following that peace agreement, and they didn't, and they kept shelling those people in the Donbass. And when Putin invaded, it was to stop that shelling. So were you aware of that history?
I am aware of what you are saying. I am not enrolled in your interpretation of exactly what you are saying. I am not. I do.
So what do you disagree with?
I'll tell you the problem I have with it. I do not believe that Ukraine is nothing but a puppet of the United States. So we're not going to agree on that one.
So if we stop funding the Ukraine government, the Ukraine government shuts down. Do you know that? Do you know if we stop funding the Ukraine government shuts down, right? We're paying every person in the Ukraine government salary. We're paying their Social Security. You know that, right? Or maybe you don't.
Let me ask you if you know, because I don't like being talked to like, do you know? So
I'm asking, do you know?
Man, it's so funny just the fact that she's speaking at the computer microphone and his voice is coming through like a proper microphone and just like talks over her so easily.
He's to be honest, it's just so, he's extremely rude, to be honest. Just behind the person's back, you can be rude. In front of them,
never.
We've discussed.
That's how we roll, okay?
That's how exactly. That's how normal people roll, man. Just like everybody. Anyway, but besides that, though, it's just who's we here exactly? Hey, keep saying Arab. It reminds me of Iranians always. Our money is going to Syria and Palestinians while Libya. What did you do? You've been sitting on your ass, as far as I can tell, for the last decade.
Well, he'll say they're paying taxes.
What, on his comedy show? Oh my God! I mean, they should confiscate his whole income.
On his business.
If that's no, I mean, so you know what I mean? Like, if your workers are like, like real work. I mean, you know what I mean. I think you know what I mean. But exactly what has he contributed to the, to the U.S. financial well-being? I don't know. It's just, again, it's
he makes quite a bit of money, I guess. But his taxes.
Yeah, you're okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, fair enough. I know, but I hate this.
Oh yeah, of course.
All Iranians the same, Americans, English, whatever.
But you're right. He gets quite
withdrew support from Ukraine, which claim to think that would be a situation is good for a lot of people. I not believe that means there would be peace in Europe. There would be anything but peace in Europe.
But yeah, man, Marianne Williamson, her too, for different reason that DeSantis. I'm not saying just drop out because because you're ruining your future chances or image or anything. No. We're way past that. It's never in play. You're just, I don't know, go hang out by a pool. Anything else would be more constructive of your time.
Yeah, you
go write another book. I don't know. Because this is going nowhere.
No, but my girl is.
I mean, it's going backwards, actually. I mean, she started off better, so it's actually,
I think she's a masochist or something, because did you see she had an interview with Bill Maher? She's like going through unfunny, bitter comedians' basement, whatever that is, that he's doing his new online show from.
Yeah, you got cut off a bit there, but he said, he's going on unfunny people's tours, right?
He's going on unfunny, bitter comedians, bitter comedians tour. He went on Bill Maher. I mean, Bill Maher is genuine, like Bill Maher has jokes, man. No, I'm just sorry. Jimmy Dore is never been.
Imagine this: if we literally had a couple thousand more subscribers, or not even, perhaps, maybe if even now we had asked, we could have had a quote unquote presidential candidate on our YouTube channel, who wouldn't even bring us any subscribers. So like,
it would probably increase couple of subscribers. Wow. You betrayed me by having Marianne on. You disgust me.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Imagine, that's, I think that's profound. As our friend PBD would say, that's a profound observation.
That's a profound observation. So 2 years ago, 70% of Muslims
would vote for Marianne Williamson. Now.
Since they found out about course of, but yeah, I mean, I don't know why she should have started with Oprah, man. I don't know why she messed around with these fuckers. But anyway,
we can't save everybody's life, I guess.
We can't. We tried with her. We really tried. We gave the band boys. And have you seen Michael Tracy? And maybe go to Aaron Maté.
And the Aaron Maté one.
Have you seen this group?
Yeah.
The Aaron Maté one is shorter, so play this maybe.
So this one I didn't. I mean, I wasn't paying attention or something. But the Aaron Maté one, oh boy, do they hate Aaron Maté, the Vanguard boys. So
they hate it.
I mean, the title is called Katie Halper calmly explains to Aaron Maté why Trump is a criminal. Neither of them calmly says any, like, their exchanges between Aaron Maté and Katie Halper are like 5-word sentences. So nobody explains anything. One says, "Yeah, I don't think
she
so."
Doesn't.
But
it was
these boys, they hate. Okay, so let's just listen.
Yeah. Don't play their parts.
Don't play them at all, huh?
Bitter.
Yeah.
I think they're so bitter and always. Yeah. They think they're very funny. I don't think I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe their comment section. I don't think they hate are. But
Aaron Maté so much.
You're about to see what I'm talking about. Let's take a look.
Yeah, and let me say too, I thought a good remedy was impeachment, because this was to me a political act, and so impeachment is a political remedy. And I thought that was appropriate. Trump acted in a reckless way, totally unbecoming of a president. And I thought impeaching him was a form of censure. That was fair. I just don't know if this is criminal. I hope people get that distinction.
Well, because you can't tell a bunch of people to go to the State House and sign a fake document claiming that they're electors when they're not. That's the criminal part.
Maybe you can. That's all I'm saying. Maybe you can. That could fall under free speech to me.
So that's that. And then hold on. Katie Halper says one more thing. Then we would have literally watched the whole thing, which is Katie Halper says a few times how
okay, sure. Yeah, exactly.
Humans communicate via speech. Just the Vanguard boys interrupted us here. There we go. I think she says it right here.
It's like,
I think she says it right here.
They remind me of Ron DeSantis.
Helper in a while. Once you press play.
Well, that's another thing that people are getting so a couple things. One is, we'll get into that soon, but every conspiracy to commit a crime includes speech, because that's how we communicate with people. So it's not like if you say to someone, go tell that person,
you have to tell them how people talk.
You're
So that I mean, based on what the Vanguard boys have shown, of course we haven't seen it, but that's all they say. And Aaron Maté again, he says, can that not be free speech? No,
man, but that is pretty idiotic thing to say.
What, from who?
Free speech. What are you talking about? This is free speech.
Yeah, because he's telling them to. Yeah, fine. I mean, he doesn't believe it, but then he says, "Is this criminal also?" And I guess is the act of a. I don't know. Is that is it a law, breaking a law, telling someone to sign a piece of paper?
No, telling someone to do something illegal, ordering.
But is that act? I guess it comes down to, is that act illegal?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Conspiracy to commit crime. Yes.
No, but what is the crime? What is the crime? Is the crime
conspiracy to commit?
But what is the crime? Okay, planning to do what?
Commit a crime. He
what is the crime?
Election.
Yeah, apparently, well, the one that she brings up here, she says that he told them to go sign a paper that will make him president.
No, she was giving an example, but we have his video. We have his.
Oh, but those are different ones, though. Those are on different ones, but yeah.
I mean, okay, yes, but it is very okay. We had an interview again with Beyond Dr. Christian Parenti, and No, he's and he explained, and I think we agree that I think Trump has a defense. Trump definitely has a defense. He can say that when I was telling them go get those votes, I was referring to the votes that I genuinely believed are not being counted because I believe in a blah blah blah.
Matt is right. It's gone in a way.
But it's not freedom of speech. You can't just like it has nothing to do with the speech laws. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah,
like the idea that you can talk like mob bosses can order their like. Look, I think it would be a great idea.
No,
if,
so
it comes down to the act. Would burn the ground.
No, that's what I said. It comes down to the act. Yeah.
What do you mean it comes to okay? So if I just tell somebody it would be a great idea if my competition burns down, and then he burns it down, and I transfer some money to him some weeks later, that's not a crime. There was no official company register to, there was no paperwork.
You might have to see some more evidence in court. Do you have anything else showing that you were asked to do?
So there is
this is one piece of evidence.
More evidence than a recording of the guy saying it would be a nice idea.
Did you mean it? Did you not mean it? I don't know. I think I would have to.
What do you mean, did you not? I don't know.
I see. I know. Fair enough. I understand what you're saying, but yeah.
I know there has been, by the way, there are. I know there are cases where I think this is related to RICO law as well. That if somebody is part of a conspiracy, then all the people in the conspiracy, it has been abused. I know what it can be, but it is ridiculous, man. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm just saying it's a pretty obvious thing. I thought
we shall see.
I don't know. I feel very self-conscious now. So. Let's move on and end.
You want to watch that last video? Do you want to talk about that last video?
What video?
This one.
No. I mean, Michael Tracy makes the same exact argument, but in a much more. Did you watch this?
Yeah, but I wasn't that interested in it for some reason because, the topic is just boring in general. I mean, there at least I recognize more Katie Halper and Aaron Maté and the Vanguard boys, which is so petty at first, so they got my attention.
Yeah.
But here with these two, and actually Michael Tracy, this is the first time seeing his face. For some reason, I follow him on Twitter. I always see him on Twitter.
He's very, it's just, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about here. It's just using big words and confusing himself and others, I think. But yeah, it's just okay, man. But that's it, to be honest.
Man, these two must get tired of each other. I mean, they're literally together 24/7.
No, man. It's like once a week, the show. Crystal is busy with Sager most of the time.
But also those road trips. Don't forget those car rides.
Yeah, the car. Oh, yeah, you're right. There's cars. Man, it's just, she must feel like she's mother to 7 children? She has 3 children. Then there is Sager. Then there is Kyle.
There's also Sager's friend. Don't forget. I haven't seen him in a while. Marshall. He's also usually around the house.
You're right.
Stays over for dinner.
Yeah, exactly. Can we do a sleepover? Okay, you can stay over at our studio tonight.
I mean, no, Marshall and Saga are roommates, so I guess they just.
You think so?
I think they are. I literally know they are. I'm literally 99% sure. Yeah, they are.
At this age, I think you mean house.
Living in Washington
you don't mean roommate.
That's the same thing, though.
You mean housemate? No, roommate is the same room.
That's an English thing, I think, housemate. In the US, they'll just say roommate.
Oh, really? Roommates, they mean somebody who share. I thought, but in US colleges, they literally share a room, I thought. Like from the movies I've seen. I've seen
information. Some of it comes from highly suspicious places. Where? I've never even seen this depiction.
But I remember Butterfly Effect. Do you remember that movie? You've seen that.
Okay, they're university college roommates. So yeah, I guess a roommate like that in a dorm. It is possible. It falls under that definition.
Oh, you become an adult and you still have roommates?
In some expensive cities, like some people, a lot. I mean,
I know. I'm joking. I was trying to
PMC classes. You have younger PMCs before they have, you know, a relationship or something.
Before they are initiated into the higher ranks of the PN, before they drink the children's blood. Yes. Like, you know, the people can clip us in interviews. The, you know, local pop and shop CIA PN.
The middle class. Sorry, the middle range.
Middle class state, deep state.
Yeah, he only likes middle stuff. Goes to the restaurant. What's the most average food? I'll take that. I don't want the best one, not the worst one. Average. That's okay. I'll eat that.
Can you leave it for a while outside just so it becomes room temperature? I don't want to eat it too hot or cold.
And just a normal glass of water, no ice, just room.
Yeah, no, but yeah, do you think it's bunch bet situation or they have their own bets? Do you think it's
honestly, I would give it a good chance. Yeah, but
you think they have like matching pajamas? One of them is like Milton Friedman, another one is like Friedrich Hayek, or something. It's like it's fair to.
Oh boy,
that's too good. It would be like. And then at the other side, Crystal has to deal with Kyle showing up in sweatpants from 1993.
Dyeing his hair blonde. Like, what did you do?
Yeah, just fluorescent color. Yeah, I bleached my hair. What do you think? Yeah, I bleached my teeth now. What do you think of that? Jesus, I'm becoming a surfer, I think.
Too good. But okay, all right, let's wrap it up with this new setup. Hopefully we're not too small when we're sharing the screen. I think we are going to be, but hey, let's see.
Hey, but when we do make it large, I look
big. Yeah. I mean, maybe we'll go back and forth more. Now I'm getting used to it a bit more. At first, it honestly threw me off when we went. I was like, okay. Okay, all right. Thank you for watching.
I'm just remember, Hollywood is on a strikes, and I am a part-time teacher. I'm available. I'm available to cross the picket line.
Yeah, you're not part of a union. You're not unionized.
I'm not unionized.
Yeah, too good. Okay, all right. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I will see you in our next video. Thank you.